This week's top trends ignited spirited debates across social platforms, with users mostly on X sharing fiery reactions to the nation's biggest stories. So today, from the shocking remand of former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello at Kuje Correctional Center over an alleged 110 billion naira fraud to the 12th national power grid collapse this year, hashtags like "Grid Down Again" captured the mood. Amid the outrage, the satire, and calls for accountability, let's unpack the highlights and spotlight the most engaging comments that set the social space ablaze. On the first story, as news broke of former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello's remand in Kuje Correctional Center over an alleged 110 billion naira fraud, reactions flooded social media platforms. These are the reactions we got. Ajibare Talks on X remarked, "This is the true definition of justice for the people. His trial should be made public and strict adherence to the rule of law." Meanwhile, Mr. Man United, another X user, in a playful yet pointed comment, wrote, "If Bobrisky could stay in an apartment, Bello might be chilling in one of his mansions." George Onencom tweeted, "Yahaya Bello, once the face of power in Kogi State, now finds himself behind bars. From the governor's mansion to Kuje prison, it's a sharp fall. Power is fleeting and accountability waits for no one." Tebbs also had a tongue-in-cheek suggestion, writing, "Can we visit Yahaya Bello to be sure he's there?" End of quote. On to the next story. Vice President Kashim Shettima recently slammed UK Minister Kemi Badenoch, accusing her of disrespecting her Nigerian roots after her critical remarks about Nigeria's struggles with corruption and insecurity. Shettima suggested she should remove the Kemi from her name if she wasn't proud of her heritage. Meanwhile, Badenoch's spokesperson, however, stood by her comment, clarifying that they were not meant to attack Nigeria, but to highlight its challenges. Here are the reactions we got. Lex MB, an ex-user, argues, in quote, "Leaders should not denigrate citizens and expect them to be proud ambassadors for the country, especially after they found their way by themselves. If you can't sacrifice for the country as a leader, do not expect positive feedback from citizens." Sarafaddin Adeoye expressed his belief, saying, "Every state of the world has its challenges, so Nigeria isn't a saint on the world map. Nigeria shall defeat its predicaments." Another ex-user, ODGINC, suggests that doing the right things would help Nigeria present itself more positively. According to him, in quote, he says, "Simple, do the right things and the country will sell itself." Meanwhile, Ufuoma Matthew warns Badenoch not to let others push her into a defensive position. According to Ufuoma Matthew, she said, "Kemi, please don't allow anyone bring you to a point where you will be asked to defend yourself. None of these people will stand with you." The next story here is about the Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo, who made headlines after a stammering presentation of the 2025 budget proposal in the State House of Assembly. While presenting the 605 billion naira budget on Tuesday, the governor struggled with the figures, prompting social media users to quickly react to the exchange, with many commenting on the uncomfortable moment. On X, Shirley claimed, "The video was doctored. The governor did well." While Matt, another ex-user, expressed support, saying, "I love the guy. He will work better than those who know how to speak English. Competency is not by language. Take note." Meanwhile, another user, John Awe, suggested they should have written the amount in both figures and words. This is not fair. End of quote. And here's the last story for the trend. The national grid collapsed for the 12th time in 2024, with the latest incident occurring on Wednesday. The grid failure, confirmed by the National Grid's official Twitter account and Jos Disco, disrupted power supply, with restoration efforts underway. Reactions flooded social media as usual, with Omwanti Nos lamenting, "How many weeks to Christmas and National Grid CD fall? It is well low." CG added, "How many times now? nothing has been done, while Iwuji Elochukwu asked, what is the way forward? These are the reactions and stories we have from this week's top trends.